We're back. So we have this very nice record we're doing for Jam Jones Lively Station, and I have been upgrading my mixes progressively, and so I'm in song 2. And now I need to follow this set of tasks in order to update from the previous version that I had before until the newest version. So for people watching this in the future, well, there are several videos in the channel where you can see really starting from zero everything, how I mix from the beginning, like with all the explanations of each step. But this is a project that it's already halfway, more than halfway. I mean, we're almost done. So I know that landing in this mix out of nowhere is just maybe a bit intimidating. It's like, oh, but how did he reach those decisions? Like for this, there are other videos that people can see, and just if it's interesting, just extract whatever it's important here. So, but if somebody would like watch this video in the deep future, two things have to be said. One, go and check out this record, which in the future, you're now listening in the future 10 years from now, and this record was already made, and so the band is called Jam Jones Lively Station, and hopefully actually would be mastered by one of my favorite engineers. It's not confirmed yet, and it's a secret, so I cannot say it. But in the future, you will know who mastered it, right? Like, certainly all of this information would be available for you one day, but not yet. Basically, it's kind of like some Back to the Future kind of thing. So anyways, so again, the utility of this video may be perhaps to understand how you jump from to a new version of a mix that already exists. So in order to give consistency, because this was all recorded, you know, in a batch, and this was done all together, you know, as a one piece, one record kind of thing. So so the songs need to sound consistent, and for that we need to make sure that the steps that are executed across the songs are the same. So alright, so this is version 8 kind of this mix, 0.3. That's how I name my things. And so I have already made the improvements to the mix in a previous working session. That, by the way, that video is called How to Improve Your Mix in 1 Hour. It's here as well. And yeah, it's a pretty, I think that's a pretty useful video if you want to check it out. But now I'm not in that, I already improved that mix, and I'm in the context of a full record. So I need to make sure that this second mix is as good as the first one. This is another song. This is the song called Mantras. And so, without further ado, let's follow this list of things that I have here. So, for example, in drums, I have copy the last SSL Waves channel strip on each bus. That's the first task I have. So you see, I have a certain list of tasks here, and I just need to go through them and execute them all. So let's do that. For this, I use the import session data function, which can be a useful thing. It's always a useful thing. So I kind of have to, let's do this. I'm going to, as you see, and I have repeated this a million times, I have a very strict color coding for things. So if I import session data, I'm going to know where everything is. I know what I have to do. So let's go and import session data from here to Jam Jones Lively Station. And so it's like up to something, mantras. So it should be from up to something, and I call them in the same way to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. Now I'm going to have to bring the kick out. Apparently I made a change, that's why I made a note there. No, I don't believe that. I know what happened there. So snare, toms, overhead rooms for sure, and then mono TLM, moth crush, I don't need it, and the drums boss. Now, you see, bad project management of me here. Like, I'm confused now. Which one is the right one? So I'm going to have to open the reference session for a second and bore you to death. But I need to do it. We're transmitting live, so there's no escape for me now. And that gives me the chance to drink a sip of coffee. Oh yeah, hello guys. Let's go for coffee. I got it right here. I have a rule that I cannot bring into my space cabin, because I'm in a micro space cabin. I cannot bring coffee in here. It's a rule I have, because anything falls here I would be in very large problems. I also see that, yeah, everything is great. So now the project has opened. My mom gifted me this Pink Floyd classic cup, but it's so sweet. Yeah, my mom is awesome. So I got the coffee there. Now let's not look at my, it's like an advertisement for coffee. And now let's go back to the Neve, which is more beautiful than my nose. So I'm gonna take my coffee mug out. Awesome. Oh, so that's great. And so I need to now understand which one is which, because I became crazy. So I'm going to, as I started doing here, I'm going to not yet. So I'm going to just get a comment there from my clients. So I'm just going to destroy that, because I don't think I have to. The meter, yeah, I don't have to change anything there. Let me look at my comments again. I'm back in the session that it's the source of all the changes that I'm gonna make, because I want to make sure that it's clean and it's well treated. The copy replaces the drum kick in the kick, distressor and the prosecute. Yeah, it all seems to be on the bus, on the processing bus. So let's just change this to be 83 and put the number 83 there, which is then a reference mix. On the things that I'm going to have to for sure replace. So snare 83 is going to have to be replaced. Toms 83 is going to have to be replaced. So let's just call it here 83. And rooms 83. And then drums 83. And so I will be in a better position if I look at my list that I made here. And it's like replace the SSL on the mute the bus, makes oxide inactive. Okay, great. So in the bus boss, I'm going to call this guy 83. So that's just an indication that that's what I'm going to have to import to the next song. And then I don't have this kind of problem. Switch off oxide. In here I don't need to bring the whole thing. I mean, I just need to do yeah. So I'm just reading some comments from my guys, which are useful. That's cool. Thank you guys for your comments. They really make my job easier. These guys are just amazing, man. Like, this is really has been one of the best records experiences, everything I have had in my life. It's been so freaking pleasant and full of great moments, and the guys have done a great job, done everything proper and right. We have been working for 5 months kind of on this, not continuously of course, and then the pandemic came in, and so yeah, as you can imagine. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my Neve parallel here, just like this is my indicator. Everything that has 83 is going to have to be brought to the new mix. Oh, 83. Okay, great. That's great. Okay. So the guys just told me now that, I mean, it's happening. You can actually see the message here. I can just show it down like, hey guys, wait, hey guys, somehow kick version 82 is closer to what we're aiming. It's more brutal. I suppose 83 is more mix friendly, but the level present loudness is perceived in 82. We like better. So that means that I'm going to, in this 83 version right now, I'm gonna save as. I'm gonna save it, just so I'm gonna be practical here, and I'm gonna import session data from, you guessed it, kick 82. Here you got it. So that means that they are gonna get the same kick I had in 82, and I am going to be sure that I import that to the next track, and that's great. Stressor, SSL channel, J37, old one, yeah. Hey, aha, I remember. Yeah, man, that's so cool that I have at least some memory remaining. I remember that I accidentally saved version 82. That's why backups, guys, are just so important. I remember that I accidentally, you see, I have everything. I can go back in time to January, like, that's amazing. So okay, so I'm here, I just save a lot and make jumps and just like make sure that I can, okay, like you see, this is 82 last night before I made, and this morning I accidentally named it on top, so that's not the correct one. This is the correct one, and that's awesome. Some little, and how do I know? Because I didn't have a J37 there, and because I'm paying attention, so that's great. And so now I just gonna copy all the exact data how it was on mix 83 without any fucking around. SSL channel strip, and I'm going to remove the J37 tape machine that I tried there, and now that's gonna be my kick 83. I'm just gonna leave it like that so I don't have any strange versions, and so great, and so this is my reference, and that's awesome. And now I can go back to the other song, to Mantras. So I'm just writing to the guys. Awesome. So let's use the powers of my Neve. So let's just mute things there, and let's just focus one instrument at a time. And so session data. Now I can import session data. By the way, when you import session data, after drums, like, I mean, after the track that you're selecting is going to bring them there. So that's why I'm selecting their drums. I'm doing that on purpose. And then that's the session I just saved up to something 83. Great. And so I'm gonna bring everything. Wait, I need to write to the guys. You will see what I did to address this comment. So all good. Thanks for writing now. Amazing that you did that. I told you, these guys are just fucking epic, and I'm not saying this because they're gonna hear it. Like, if I would like them, I would just say like, yeah, okay, well, I would just not say anything, but they're really awesome. So okay, you see, I have overheads and rooms 83s and then drums 83s, and now, well, I don't care about anything that is audio there, and I don't care anything that is audio there, and I'm just going to bring all these guys here. Go. You see, that's another reason why I make tracks inactive, because when I import session data, I get them inactive here and I don't suffer. So that's great news. Okay, so now I need to work out my new, I mean, basically need to be a bit careful here. Do I? No, I think I can just go like this, with confidence, and just replace everything. The distressor doesn't go here. Because the distressor goes here. There's the Pro Q3. Distressor goes here. SSL channel strip, and then I see that let's see what do I have any automation here? No, I mean that means that I don't need this guy. Great. So that's awesome. Goodbye to this. Delete. Now let's go to snare 83. Here we are, and well, I guess I gotta be carefulito here, or there is no automation. There is something about how much it goes to a lexicon, but I don't care. So I guess that I don't have any automation on the trigger or something that could be dangerous, so I can just roll on everything on top of it. Awesome. Pro Q3, Saturn, Renaissance, EQ1, and SSL channel strip. So that's great. Goodbye, friendo. So Toms 83 go here. So distressor, CLA drums, Pro Q3, SSL channel. So now I got my Toms there. And now the overheads, that's a very important thing. So overheads here go like, let's just do Soothe, Pro Q3, CLA drums, EQ1. Yeah, this dude and the SSL channel strip go to as well. Awesome. So these are my new sounding drums, and then I have new sounding overheads, sorry, and then I have room. So I do it like that, you know, guys. Like, of course, there is the import session data that just overruns everything on top of it. Man, I'd rather doing it like this, because when you do batch work and then you're doing a lot of things, you can make a mistake, and maybe you see, for example, I'm bringing here some delay there, that if I would just import session data on top, I need to have the possibility to think like if that's the correct thing to do. So let's do it. And the other thing, I don't need this delay here. And the other thing that I need to do, okay, goodbye, I can delete this. The other thing that I need to do is, let's rename those things. I mean, let's keep it consistent, and then I will not get confused later. Snare 83, great. Toms 83, and then overheads 83, and then rooms 83, and then drums 83. So then I know that this was my 83, and this is my new drum sound. Now, I have gone through in my channel 100 million times how my routing process is. So if you want to see that, I guess I'm going to start making like playlists in a different way, so you guys can, if anybody's interested in this information in the future, you can see it like, okay, well, this is our old drum stuff. I think that that's a really good routing and mix bus processing and things like that. So yeah, that's exactly what I have to do, because I guess that right now, navigating across my YouTube channel, wait a second, give me a second. Vacancy is okay. Sure, I'm very excited because I have a side project. Very excited. I have a side project called the Leonardo Perez Show, and I'm interviewing, making it like a podcast. I'm interviewing people, and I'm going to interview a very interesting person, and he just confirmed everything, and I just want to write to this person something. There's the message. Hey guys, look, I'm here. Yeah, so I just want to write him. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing news. I guess I'll write him later. I'm streaming right now. I'm busy interneting. So, great. So now I'm going to right now in this moment import all my my router. You see, that's why, because sometimes I hide things, and it's not about being messy, it's just it's better to have options in the future. So now I see that I have all these guys here like that, and I can just replace all of this. This is the new processing. I guess that this is off. Here we go. SSL channel strip, and here, yeah, it's all great. Goodbye. And now let's see the NIV 1073. Let me make sure that I don't have any automations here. No automations. Great. Now AQ, SSLG, boss, EQ again, EQ again, and then mag EQ, and then ATR. So okay, so that's great. I have updated my router, and I have updated the drum sound. So that's a great drum sound, and that makes me very happy. So everything is great here, everything is great over here. I see some people are live here with me. Who's there? Who's there? Say hi. Say hi, friendos. I'm quite in a good mood today because my son is super happy today, and that makes me very happy. So I have a 10-month-old son, and I'm so excited about him. He's such a cool guy. And I'm excited about this new project. If you can give me a subscribe there, that would be amazing. I'll put the link to the YouTube channel in the comments there, because I'm really excited about it. The reason why I'm so excited is because I haven't had good conversations with people for the last 7 years, kind of. It's been very rare that I have some good conversations with interesting conversations, and that's something that it's one of my favorite things. And I created this project so I can actually talk with people that are interesting and that have cool ideas. So I'm tripping that. It's really cool. So let's carry on. Sorry for all the bullshit talking there, but I'm just excited right now, so you gotta tolerate my excitement. Okay, so great. On the percussion side of things, there's nothing happening there. So now let's look at my list. Boom. So I have done all the drums here things. Bass. Replace snare, replace SSL in the end of bass bus, mute bass dynamic mic. That's a pretty controversial one. I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy when I remove things, when I make things less. Wait. That's annoying. You see, I just made a little mistake there because I don't know what was muted or not, and so let's just quickly import session data from the previous version. Here it is, from this guy. And I have all the bass here. Look, when you use the import session data, you can go just do this match tracks things, and then just remove what you don't want. And look, it ends here like bass, yeah, there. So do not import. And so I'm just importing the previous version. There are no changes. It's just like I don't remember which one was muted or not, and I made a mistake, so I just want to fix that. And then that's just like tish. Now I have it how it was. So you see, I had the DIs muted, and I was only using the mics. So let's mute this bass dynamic. That's what I was instructed. Let's open my bass here. Boom. But I need now to import session data from the previous song, from Up to Jumping, Mix ATT, and to bring here the bass. These are different instruments, so I cannot just batch import things here. It's gotta be careful and wise. So I have these tasks for the bass. So the tasks are mute bass mic, it's done. Replace SSL in the end of bass bus. So this is this guy. That guy holds the master volume of everything, and also some equalization, I guess. That's done. Mute bass dynamic mic, that's done. Make oxide inactive and place the J37 tape machine. So goodbye oxide. And as usual, I'm pretty careful of things, so I just do this. Well, I don't need to replace it, I can just do that. Puff, and so that's the updated bass 83. Happiness. So I can delete this. Goodbye. So now let's see what's up there. Seems like the balance is not right. I mean, the bass, maybe it's a little bit too loud in this version, so by the way, let's add our good friend, the Abbey Road. Let's put it here. The Waves audio, Abbey Road, Studio 3. So this guy will help me to simulate that I'm in a studio. So yeah. Reply a Twitter message from somebody, and I mean, while I'm gonna be listening to this bass drums relationship, so I can kind of feel how it is. while I was hearing, I was feeling that, well, perhaps the bass sometimes is a bit boomy, like too thick. So I need to, I'm replying some message that I need to reply, and meanwhile I'm having a listen while I'm thinking in parallel. So that's, I always tend to do that, just to leave things on the back while I'm doing something else, and then you gather an impression of the whole thing as a listener, not as a person who is working on it. Okay, that's great. I have sorted my phone calls, so my feeling is that bass, at least in this configuration, you see, that's why I like to use the Abbey Road Studio 3 plugin, because you can move around kind of these different simulations of different speakers, so it helps you with the how transcribable the mix is. So how it reacts in this note. There, boom, boom. Gotta be sure that my mic is on. Yeah, you see how it reacts in that note, boom, boom. So, careful with that. Now let's see what it's going to do with the guitars. So now I'm searching for my guitar 1 tracks so I can import session data there. Great. So all I need to do is to, well, it seems like I don't have an oxide here. That's great. So simplifies my life. This reverb is not working, so boom, I just put this tape machine here. It's not active, so I can just get rid of that. And that seems to be it. Let me see my document again to make sure, and switch off oxide, which I don't have here. So that's great. Some tasks for the vocals here. So the clarophonic ESP, replace SSL in the end. So let's go to Vox Nick totals, file, import session data from Nick totals. Let's go to up to something, and let's go to Vox Nick backing vocals, Nick totals, import this guy. By the way, as usual, let's use this guitar 1, let's call this guy 83 to make sure that these are finals and they were affected by this. And I guess I'll work on the acoustics a bit too, and then I will call them 83. So alright, the tasks I have for the vocals here, because we treated the vocals a bit different in each song, so I gotta be just respectful to that. Root output to 910, that was done. Replace de-esser. So there we go. Goodbye old de-esser, hello new de-esser. Add clarophonic ESP. So where I got it here, I moved some things around. I see, well, decapitator, the clarophonic ESP, I have it before the SSL channel strip, so it should be here. And replace SSL in the end, so this guy goes here. Wait, that's cool. Well, I obviously need to make it louder. have, and this guy is going to be called mix totals 83. So let's do the same with Ilya. Yeah, box 83. So I have to replace the de-esser. Well, let me see if I made the same changes here, because maybe that was, yeah, route to output 9 and 10. I actually routed to 11, 12, so I can have it work in a more cool place. So I cleared, yeah, so it's the same thing. So it's the same thing at SSL, yeah, router, yeah, yeah, great. So these were all tasks were performed. So replace the ESR, and in this case I see I need to make some little movements here because I don't have space for what I need to do. Crystallizer goes here, distressor goes here, EQ goes here. Let's put here the clarophonic. The same one here. Clarophonic, yes, and the SSL channel strip. Well, okay. I know you're only saying to you. So look. Dreams. Quite obvious that the toms were too loud there, so let's see what we can do for that. 30 years of bad luck, getting jailed in dreams. I have none. I know I'm not insane. I know you're only saying to you dreams. Okay, so now we need to hear, this is mix 83, and we need to have a listen quickly to what's the previous mix. 30 years of bad luck, get jailed and wrecked. Well, that's immediate victory. We can add some bit of more low end on the bass. I mean, in general, bass guitar. As a matter of fact, 30 years of bad luck, in jail and wrecked. Don't give a damn about answers, it's a matter of time. Before I kiss both my left and right. Tell me all your dreams. I have none. I know I'm not insane. I know you're only saying to you. Time before I kiss both my left and right wings goodbye. Tell me all your dreams. I have none. So there are some things about the old mix. I mean, the old mix is more messy. That's very clear to me, which is good news. I think that's connected to the work I did before the parallel compression and before the router on the Neve channel. So that's pretty great. I'm wondering, I think I have to check something here because I don't understand why I have two. This may be an error. Yeah, this guy's not being used. Yeah. I kiss both my left and right wings goodbye. Tell me all your dreams. I if the bass guitar stands out so much there, it means that something, I mean, because I already have made the automation so before. Well, there's no automation line there. Let's see.
30 years of bad luck, getting jailed and wrecked. Don't give a damn about answers, it's a matter of time. Before I kiss both my left and right wings goodbye. Tell me all your dreams. I have none. I know I'm not insane. I know you're all insane to you. Give me brand new look, I need a brand new flavor. The earth is flat as far as I can see. Speaking is suicide all the times we're living. I used to wallow in songs instead of popping pills. Tell me all your dreams. I have none. I know I'm not insane. I know you're all insane to you. Whatever your honor, you're useless like monarchy and apology. I know I can change your mind, but I don't want to. While we were building something biblical, ideas down to mantras, and stop giving answers. Why would you brag about the future if you see bullet as a virtue? If you hurt me, I hurt you. Why would you say that you love us when you hate where we come from? Or what we are? How can I stay when all I know is all that tragedy you brought? All the hunger within. Oh, I can change your mind, but I don't want to. While we were building something biblical, ideas down to mantras.
Okay, so that is a lot better, I think. So I'm happy for that. Let's. I need to make a little bathroom break. It's the first time it happens to me in the whole music satellite. It's kind of a requirement for me at the moment. I haven't been around the comments or. Hey Sanj, just checked it out. Just checked out the comments right now. What up, Sanj? So I'm going to carry on. So yeah, let's have again a look before I make this little toilet break. Let's have a look at mix 1.
Far as I can see.
That's now.
Far as I can see. Speaking is suicide all the times we're living. I used to wallow in songs instead of popping pills. Tell me all your dreams. I have none. I know I'm not insane. I know What built is something biblical. Ideas down to mantras. And stop giving answers. Why would you brag about the future if you see bullet as a virtue? If you hurt me, I hurt you. Why would you say that you love us when you hate where we come from, or what we are? How can I stay when all I know is all the tragedy you brought, all the hunger within? Oh.
So I'm gonna take a quick toilet break, and I will leave you again with the song Mantras. Write me your comments while I go to the toilet to see what do you think it's there, if it's like cool, if it's good balanced. I'm gonna switch off the Abbey Road plugin so we hear what you will hear actually if the stream, I mean if you were streaming it from a streaming platform. And I'm gonna just go take a quick toilet break, and then we're gonna continue with the comments made by the guys. So let's have it.
Don't give a damn about answers as a matter of fact. 30 years of bad luck, getting jailed and wrecked.
I see that the mic was off for a while. So I was saying, firstly, I don't remember. Yeah. Back to my comments here. Yeah. Yes, yeah. I was saying, bro, I see. I just opened the mic again. I was saying that I found you, that I'm working for the hour. So I really, I do have examples of that genre of music, but I'm just a bit busy right now because I'm mixing per hour, and I haven't updated my sites for a while because I was super busy before the COVID lockdown. So I drop you there my Twitter because it has all my websites and everything, and later I'll contact you in Instagram. I found you there, and we can discuss it. Okay? I'm sorry for that. I just really want to work right now, and now I'm having some weird. There we go. It's back. So it seems like I'm going to have to give it a reset to the sound card, because yeah, there's some bullshit happening here with the sound card. So I'm just gonna quit Pro Tools for a second. Save, yes, and we can continue. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, nice to meet you, Sanj. Where are you from, by the way? I just quickly saw your Instagram. Yeah, I'm in Moscow, Russia, and I'm mixing a band called Jam Jones Lively Station. These are some really sweet guys. They're really amazing, and it's going to be a really sick record. We worked really hard on it. Oh, yeah, I really seem to have to reset the whole sound card. It's something that happens sometimes. I have a Antelope Audio Orion 32, and now it's just freaking out a little bit. So I think that the sound on the stream is gonna go off, so I'm just gonna mute everything so nobody gets. Well, yeah, this sadly is going to require a little computer reset, so I say temporarily. Oh, nice that you're from India, man. I love that country so much. It's so amazing. I'm going to reset. Apparently I'm gonna have to reset the computer. I wish I could show you what's going on, but if you just bear with me for a second, I'll be back in a minute. By the way, Sanj, if you're interested in the channel, here it is. Just give us a little subscribe there and share with your friends. It would be cool. And I just tune in because I'm gonna be back literally in a minute. I'm just gonna have to reset everything because the sound card is right now in some sort of freak out mode. My Antelope Audio Orion 32, and I just gotta reset it. You know, I'm using a Hackintosh. It's like a Russian company. It's really cool, called Bison Computers. These guys, they make like hacked Mac computers, and they so they sometimes have a little bit of bullshit with the USB ports, and the Antelope Orion is a USB powered card, so yeah, sometimes I get this kind of bullshit. So I'll be back in a sec. Love you guys. See you soon.